This game is really fun, but it's also extremely difficult once you get to the second cup. And I think this level of creativity, you can definitely feel this is a game from the early 2000s or whatever, from the era where they just switched from the GameCube to the Wii. I have never really played anything that is this different from all the other Mario games I have played yet. And boy, have I played a bunch of Mario games already. So, I got sick last week, what you might have heard during my wonderful professional paint scheme video about how to paint something like a ghoul.
In this video, I'm going to show you my homemade grimdark at home painting recipe.
And yeah, I actually wanted to paint up some more of these guys. These are the art boys from Age of Sigmar. These were actually a ton of fun to build because I already knew, since all of them issues were already released in America, I think, and I was able to plan out what issues I wanted to purchase thanks to the wonderful series of Lucky Roll, where he painted up and built all these miniatures. And when I was thinking about a color scheme, I was either thinking about a golden paint scheme that would have been a contrast to my Stormcast army to show that they had stolen all these armors as trophies and just meshed them together to mix and match it into their real armor. But in the end, I decided I wanted to go with full-on rusty and grimy armory here. Now, sadly, as you can see, I have not yet finished much of the art boys, but I want to change that tomorrow. However, what I did finish finally is my second killer boss. It was actually quite fun to paint this because not only did I get to try out a new painting scheme here, but also painting a model that I have already finished once, and being able to compare the paint jobs with each other. It's actually a quite cool feeling because you can directly see how this, how you improved and how it changed and all. And also, this was the first time I was painting something purple. I went with a little watery terrain base here because I am actually quite a fan of this 2D water effect. I mean, there are like a bunch of cool products to make this epic liquid stuff, these realistic looking waves and stuff, but I think if you use the paints right and do some bit of shading, then these can actually quite cool. I kind of like with this model here how the landscape naturally fades into this more watery thing here, and you have essentially a little bit of water as part of the base. And here how this librarian just walks above the lava by using some fire and stuff. And yeah, the first time I tried this out here was with this guy and the lava. Actually, I think I built this model here first. Actually, a little cat bash made from parts that I ordered online, but I think I will get to this model in particular in a future video. So yeah, while I didn't manage to finish a bunch of art boys, I did finish some unique looking models, and I think it really is important that, especially when you're painting an army, but you have some projects at your side, that you switch up the things that you paint or that you use the stuff that you have and be a little bit customizable and paint things a little bit different. Again, I don't think I will paint up so many violet orcs, but this year was something I definitely wanted to do. And there's actually one more thing that I did this week, and it's inside of this box, and it is going to be a present for my little brother. He plays the Saurians in one-page rules, and in our little campaign, this year is one of his leading models. This is Chicus Magnificus, a demon that possessed a chicken. We actually used this and the Gormiti figure for our very first Warhammer game, which was an introduction game from the first Stormbringer issue. And I'm still tinkering about how to make a playable one-page rules army from the Sky Tribe Gormitis that I have, because they're all like birds and insects and stuff, which would fit perfectly to this. But I did know that when I saw this model for the first time, that this was definitely a model that had to be in his army. This is actually the first 3D printed model that I have gotten my hands on. And I thought it would be a bit bigger, but, well, I ordered it on Etsy. This is definitely a lesson I gotta take. Definitely read in the description how big these models are and measure in comparison which kind of scale you wanted. Like, I would have liked it if it was like a bigger one, a monster that that we could field and yeah, but I think facing against a goose hydra like this would still be pretty terrifying, because gooses, they are not messing around. I actually did come up with some rules, and it's a quality 4 model with 4 defense, and yeah, the attack stats, I think you can read them. It has a special rule, honk, which basically means that if you get a double 6 with the second attack here, that the model that this Hydra is fighting against with can be moved by 6 inches into a direction that you want. So you can essentially move an opponent's model away, which is probably a bit too powerful for one-page rules, but we got this new update with all these kinds of rules, so I think it's going to be quite of interesting. I have absolutely no idea about how many points this model should be worth, but yeah, that's about that. So yeah, my next goal is to get these here painted. I want to try to get some painted tomorrow. And yeah, we will see us in the next video.